Hey guys, this is E. Campbell, and you, my friend, are.
My name is Dwight Till,
and we're here with the Gamers Talk. Now we're going to talk about an important system. Maybe this might clue you into what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the Sega
Dreamcast.
Have you noticed how cool and compact the Sega Dreamcast is, man? Look at that. That's like a nice bundle of joy. It's like a little baby. Looks, man. It loads from the top, but it's like you put a game in here and it's saying hi. That game is saying hi to you right now.
It comes with 4 ports, A, B, C, and D for 4 players.
That's a funny Japanese thing. They didn't number the ports. They lettered the ports. A, B, C, D. I love this.
You know, see only 4 letters they know.
Those 4 letters they know because they're Japanese. They don't speak any English.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that was racist. No, way better than the Sega Saturn because the Sega Saturn was terrible. It was bulky. It was big. It was, you know, you could basically hit somebody over the head and knock them out with it. It was basically
you commit murder with those things.
Yeah, it was an Xbox before there was an Xbox. You know how big the original Xbox was. It did have a good game, and that game is called Nice. I don't know if you know anything about that.
Oh yeah, Nice. You can't tell the gender.
Yeah, but it's still a great classic game, man. Classic.
It is a good classic game. I could say that, but still, throughout this year, in 2022, I cannot tell what that character is, of male or female. I mean, like it makes them both male and female voices. I can't tell if the thing has a hickey or a. I can't say that.
Yeah, you can't say that. That character is. I kind of like that whole no sex thing because like it makes it mysterious. It's like Peter Pan. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, I second that to tell the truth. Let me stop making fun of Knights real quick.
It's kind of mystical. It's kind of, you don't know what's gonna happen. It's fairy tale. That's why they did that because they want to keep things innocent. So they want people not to know that.
All right, my fault for bragging on the game. Yeah,
it's a good character though. But let's get away from that. Let's talk about the Sega Dreamcast. Obviously, this is a great system. First of all, as I said before, this design of the system is pretty good. I love the design here. We have the power button. We have the almighty orange light that lights up orange and lets you know that this is indeed a Dreamcast and that it will own your life. It's thinking, my friends. It's thinking. But this is where it welcomes the games. You already got through all that. Basically, this was the first system ever to have internet. We'll get more into that later. Basic AV out, serial. You know more about technology. It's serial.
Serial port is basically connected to the computer if you want to connect this thing to
So that's the RGB thing they were trying to do.
The AV, huh?
That's the RGB resolution thing they were trying to do.
Yep.
I think that's the first system to have great quality resolutions and made people really, really want to go out and buy it just so their games would look awesome and better. And the graphics still hold up today, don't they?
Yep.
First...
You want to talk about AVI port?
Well, a little later.
Alright.
We'll get into that a little later. We'll probably have a little video section just on the technology of this. But this is a nice device, man. The Sega Saturn. It's ugly and bad and black and big. And the the Sega Dreamcast is more lighthearted and small and cute and powerful and awesome.
Basically, the design is like the play behind the Nintendo 64 and PlayStation 1 put together, but much better. If
you look at these lines here, this system itself kind of reminds me of Sonic. This looks like a Sonic system. It's like all edgy and cool and hip, and it's gonna listen to hip hop and shoot your wife. This is so
like your little brother.
Exactly. This controller, my friends, is a great controller. A lot of people say this controller is way too big, but I feel like this controller is actually awesome. I love this controller.
To me, I think it's big. I'm used to the standard controllers. I like something like this.
Oh, I wonder what controller that is. Turn it.
Yeah, look at the comparison, my brothers and sisters.
This is basically the Dreamcast. And this is the bigger brother to this controller here. You call this the Xbox controller. I call it the cheap Dreamcast wannabe controller.
Let's look at the comparisons on this Sega Dreamcast controller.
Real obvious that this controller stole from this controller, but I feel like it had to do it because it was starting off, and this is a new kind of fresh green behind the ears system, and it had to steal from the almighty Dreamcast that knows what it's doing system. And I feel like this controller, even though this controller hasn't aged real well, because obviously more buttons on this controller, 2 joysticks. This one only has 1. You can't click the joystick in like this bad boy. You hear that click? That's another button right there. If you're doing it this way, see that?
Yes.
See the buttons? Great buttons. They got triggers, both of them have triggers, but you can see that there's one omission from the Dreamcast controller that this one obviously has in strength. What would that be? That would be
the top trigger buttons.
The bumper, quote unquote bumper buttons, because they stole from Sony with the buttons right here.
But the things that make these two controls unique, you have this port right here that allows you to connect to the a headset to talk to people.
I mean, same thing with Dreamcast because there's two ports here. You have the VMU, the almighty memory card that was actually a system on itself.
And that's for Xbox 360, the puny little white memory card.
Are you looking at this, Sony and Microsoft? Get up on your game because these guys...
You need to start doing something like this, yo.
Innovation, kind of like what...
You got the achievements, you got all this other junk. You need to start making like that looking things, start making people portable when they game systems and stuff.
Yeah. So, we're going to get off of the VMU. We already got into the system. The system looks awesome. Let's get into the online play. First system to have online play. Let's get this bad boy here. Talk about a little bit about the technology here. Kind of struggling to get this thing out of there.
Basically, the online play is a way for all y'all noobs to know is to literally connect to the internet to either play or download stuff on the system. It's a very genius way to actually either connect to everybody around the world or just download something that you really like. Like, let's see, what's you could download on Sega Dreamcast?
That's a coincidence that you brought that up, my friend, because we have I actually reviewed this game, Sonic Adventure. You can see more about my review probably right about now. There should be something floating around here. Click on it if you want to learn more about Sonic Adventure. Yeah, it's a good game. They used this VMU to great effect, man, because they used it and they did an awesome job with that. You could raise basically chaos or Chows. Basically, you could raise Chows on this little device. You could raise them, make them stronger, make them just beefier, make them just punch people through the face and all of that.
Back in the day, your mama loves this stuff.
This was like Pokemon for Sega, man.
On crack.
My sister, I bought the Dreamcast. My sister, she's on this 24/7 playing that game. She loves this, man.
Moki.
Yeah, Moki, yeah, whatever she named it. She named it something. Anyway, great feature with this, man. Not enough games use this, unfortunately. This was a great feature, but they didn't even step up to this play.
They probably think it was useless or something.
Not useless at all, my friends. In fact, this is very useful. Sega, make a new system so I can play with just this alone. And Sony, get on your game. Microsoft, get on your game. Even we, get on your game and make something like this. Because your Sega Dreamcast, my friends, I don't think you know this, the Sega Dreamcast was the first console to have online play. Nintendo 64DD had it, but it didn't make it to the stateside. And it wasn't as good, I think, as this online play right here. Basically, you had a modem, old school modem, and developers took advantage of that. Choo Choo Rocket was the first game, I think it was the first game to have online play. Unreal Tournament was another game that was somewhat good that people loved.
Quake Spankin', my favorite, Quake.
Online play on the Dreamcast. But although controls haven't aged as well for first-person shooters on the Dreamcast, like the other systems, because there's an absence of another joystick, which was important for first-person shooters, right? This also had a serial port, and
yes.
Serial port, and it had the RGB connection. You looked up to your computer screen, and you made the images just look fabulous. They looked almost HD, almost. Well, this basically had high-quality footage before HD even exists. They stressed quality in their last system. So comment below on your thoughts. But before we leave you, I'm gonna give this a thumbs up right now. What about you, man? This is a thumbs up.
I'll give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up for the Dreamcast. I love the Dreamcast. It's an awesome system, way ahead of its time. No system on earth was as innovative as the Dreamcast, unless you talk about the Wii. And oh yeah, visit the YouTube channel right below, blogger channel right below. Have fun, my friends. Let's go.
Dreamcast!